The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Mayfield on play action. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down. The Vikings at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. But I think if they can carry that over to this week,
Amon-Ra St. Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. This defense for the Vikings, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beating them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. That one complete to McConkey. And he is going to have the Lions first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, Scott. 19 section. All right.
Now it's Fields. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Detroit.
Algier now up the middle. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Right.
From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here we go, Scott. Right.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-body guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Green Knights. Right.
To throw is Fields. And that is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
551. 551. Right.
Now Fields. He'll try and do this himself. Fields, he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Don't jump. Ready? Turbos.
Here's Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of the... And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Justin Fields scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
King! Hey, alert, alert! 180! What's that?
Mayfield down. And he is caught. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Alert, alert! 20, right? 20! What's that?
Throwing, Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Up, and... What's that?
Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dive set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. First down, they'll start with Algier. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Fields. That'll be caught by Cobb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Fields now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here we go. Good night.
Trying the left side with Algier. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
That's thrown underneath to Algier. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Josh Hines-Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Now Mayfield. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here's a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
A quick throw there out to Williams. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there. Now that last pass, CD, he just added another notch to the old belt. What a career it's been. He's over 35,000 career passing yards now.
And when you say that number, over 35,000 yards, how many people have done that prior to him?
Right around 30.
Boy, that's a pretty good number. Now you're into a membership that means you've done a heck of a job in this league.
A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 5. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. This is 2nd and 8.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Good.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Here we go, Scott.
He'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Dumps this one off to Algier. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Don't jump. Ready? Right.
First down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Fields. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
At the 40-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Here we go. Tonight.
Now a handoff as they run left side to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here we go.
From the 36, Fields. And this one finds McConkey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
5 yards on the play.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defense, defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. That flag, that'll push him back 5. So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
19 section.
Out of the gun, Fields. He's got this garbage here. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here we go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Or the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
Run.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw, Mayfield. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Vikings will line up for a two-point conversion.
Mayfield going to try to throw for the two. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. The 20. 5. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is out to 15 now.
Vikings 13. Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see them drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
First down,
they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
20.
Mayfield to throw it. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Extra point up and through. As this gets them back, we get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cobb. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Here we go.
Now Fields. Setting up the screen. Here's Algier. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go, They'll
try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Algier will try to pick it up. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Tyler Algier, 56 yards. And the Lions use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And they're on the 19-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33. Good. Hey, point it right, point it right, point it right. Rail. What's up?
Here's Baker. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Regular. Good. Get him, 20. What's up?
Now Mayfield. That's complete to Pierce. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and
Mayfield. And it is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Here we go, Scott. Go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Right.
3rd down. Here's Algier. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Lions, it took a while, but they finally